Justicia nemina neganda. To no man shall justice be denied. I remain Felix Elijah Nana, your legal practitioner. Have you found yourself in court and as a litigant, all of a sudden you are confused on how to address the presiding judge of a particular court you find yourself? Today, by way of contribution to public legal knowledge or education, I'll be telling you or teaching you how to address the court based on the particular cadre or hierarchy of court. Now let's start from the district court. The presiding judge of a district court is addressed as Your Honor. Your Honor. The presiding judge of the magistrate court is addressed as Your Worship. Now, in some jurisdiction, it will depend on whether the magistrate is presiding over a civil matter or a criminal matter. If the magistrate is presiding over a civil matter, you will not be out of place to address the court as Your Honor. If it's a criminal matter, he remains Your Worship. But to be on the safe side, if you are not sure the nature of the matter or the jurisdiction you find yourself, you'll be right to address the court still as Your Worship. Should you find yourself in the High Court, the justices of the High Court are addressed as My Lords. My Lords. My Lords. Then if you are not in court, then you are making reference to a judge. You say His Lordship. His Lordship. Or if you are before the court, it's also right for you to address the court as Your Lordship. If you notice, there's nothing as Our Lordship, because in law, we are all gentlemen. Gentlemen in trouser, gentlemen in skirt. So whether or not the presiding judge is a woman, you still address the judge as His Lordship. Then, the same thing applies to the Federal High Court. Remember, the Federal High Court, the National Industrial Court, and the State High Court are court of coordinate jurisdiction. In other words, they are court of equal power, but with different jurisdictional issues they preside over. Are you getting me? So the judge of the Federal High Court is also addressed as My Lord. Then if you are outside referring to My Lord, you say His Lordship. The judge of the National Industrial Court is also addressed as My Lord. If you are outside His Lordship or Honorable Justice, you add the name of the person. Let's go to Court of Appeal. If you find yourself in Court of Appeal, remember, in Court of Appeal, unlike the High Court that only one presiding judge sits, in Court of Appeal you see 3 justices sitting over a particular matter. So you address them collectively as My Lords. The justices of the Court of Appeal are addressed as My Lords or Your Lordships. Same thing applies when you are referring to them in a non-courtroom setting. You address them as Your Lordships, then individually as His Lordship. Or Honorable Justice, you now put the name of the particular justice. Then the Supreme Court. Remember, the Supreme Court will always tell you that they are final, not because they are infallible, but because they are infallible because they are final. So the justices of the Supreme Court are addressed as My Lords collectively. My Lords collectively. That's how you address them. And remember, at the Supreme Court, they sit in 5. 5 justices will sit over a matter. Then if it's a constitutional matter, 7 justices will sit over, depending on the issue. So you address them collectively as My Lords. Your Lordships. Then when you are outside referring to a justice of the Supreme Court, you refer to that justice of the Supreme Court as His Lordship, Justice, or Honorable Justice. You put the name of the person in full. Thank you very much, and I hope you understand this. So next time you find yourself in court, don't be mistaken on how to address the judges. And please don't call the justices of the High Court your worship. It's very embarrassing even to you, using the name, and disrespectful to the court. Always learn the right way of addressing each court you find yourself through your lawyers. They will always put you through on this. Thank you very much. I remain Felix Elijah Nana, your legal practitioner. Justicia Nemina Neganda. To no man shall justice be denied. Thank you.